All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my compilation of the end of week 1 of the Keto Muscle program. So I'm actually already going into week 2. I'm already 2 days, 2 days into week 2. But I wanted to give you a recap of how all of week 1 went, my feelings, any of the roadblocks that I ran into. So the first 4 days, no problem. Definitely very, very sore, of course, but I was able to go to the gym, no problem, everything like that. I knew that going into Friday, Saturday, I was going to struggle a little bit just because my work shifts are kind of weird those days because I work like a mid shift basically. So from like either 10 to 8 or 12 to 10 or anything like that. But I knew that one of those days I wasn't gonna be able to go, but the other one I was gonna try to go after work. So I was hoping that on Saturday, after I got off of work at 8 o'clock, that I would be able to go. And it was so busy that I didn't get out of work until like 10 o'clock that night. So it was a lot later than I anticipated, and I had to open the next morning. So I was kind of bummed because I really, really was looking forward to it. And the cool part of it though was like this feeling of, there was a point in time where I kept like, if I couldn't go because, work ran late or something like that, I'd be like, oh, well, that sucks. And almost semi-relieved. Again, even though I love to work out, we all go through those slumps where, you're kind of hoping that you don't have to go or, that something comes up or whatever. And this time I was like really bummed. I really wanted to go and I was a little frustrated. So I thought, no problem. I'm going to still be able to go on Sunday after I get off of work. And what I'll do is I'll double up because basically I need to make up for the one that I missed and then the one that I would already be doing on Sunday. And wouldn't you know it, yet another day where I was there like an extra 2 hours, so like another 12-hour day that day. And again, I was like double mad and I was like, oh gosh, I can't have this happen. And then I took a step back and I realized like, this is what happens to all of us. And we have a choice to whether we say, you know what, like, I just can't do it. I just don't have time in my schedule. It's just not going to happen. Or we course correct. We figure out how we're going to be able to fit this in. So I know that Fridays and Saturdays are probably not going to happen for me regularly. I might be able to sneak it in a couple of times, but it's probably just not going to happen. So if I'm on a 6-day-a-week workout plan, how do I offset it? Well, I'm going to have to end up doubling up on one day, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to do like a 2 a day where you do one in the morning and one at night, or I just combine the 2 exercise routines into one. So that's probably what I'm going to end up having to do this week. So what I did is I ended up doubling up on Monday. So don't get too confused. Basically, I took the workout that I would have done on Sunday and added it into my Monday workout too. So Monday and Sunday were together. And then starting the new week off with like the week 2 plan. I hope that wasn't super confusing. So anyway, I was super sore last week. It didn't last too long, thankfully. My body is pretty used to it, but one of the things I would tell people is that you're going to be sore. When your body is building new muscle, it is tearing down the old muscle. Or not the old muscle, it's still the same muscle, but you're tearing down muscle and then your body is healing. You are going to be sore. Don't let soreness be a deterrent from you starting to do something or actually staying with a program. That being said, there is a level. So if you push yourself way too hard early on and you get so sore that you're miserable and you can't walk for like 5 days, you've done too much and then you're probably not going to be able to stay on track because you're going to be like, okay, well now I have to recover for 5 days. So what I always say is start light enough that you're still a little sore, but you're not miserable and can't ever do it again, but enough to where you're still getting a workout in. So don't be like, okay, well, I see this a lot and I'm sure you guys have heard it before, but I want to be one of the people that helps correct this mindset, okay? I hope you listen to me. I hope you hear what I have to say about it. But one of the things that I see pretty often is people, especially women, unfortunately, we have a tendency to believe that, if I lift too heavy, I'm going to bulk up. That is not true. Those bodybuilder women that you see on the stage that are just like, they kind of look like men, they have taken a lot of, I'll call it supplements, but we all know that they are not supplements. Women, by ourselves, we do not have enough testosterone to promote that kind of look, that kind of musculature. We will still gain a lot of muscle. It ends up toning and leaning you better than anything else. So doing that whole, like, I just want to tone up and I don't want to bulk up, like, get that out of your head. You do not have enough testosterone to pull that off, okay? So don't let those pictures of those juiced up bodybuilders, sway you. And the other thing I see too is that even if people aren't worried about bulking up or whatever, they go in and they do a workout that's so light that you may as well not have, okay, I don't want to say that. It's not that you shouldn't have done anything. It's just that, something's better than nothing. And I always would preach that. I'd rather you do something rather than just, sit on the couch or whatever. But I'll often see, again, mostly women, not all the time, just so we know, I've seen some guys do this too, but where they'll go in and they're kind of doing the hunt and peck thing where they don't know the equipment, and that's okay. But they kind of like sit on the little thigh master blaster, butt blaster machine, whatever it is, and they'll put 20 pounds on there and they'll get on their phone and they'll like do the exercises. If you can still be on your phone and checking Facebook and checking all that stuff and do 100 reps, the weight's too light. And for you ladies out there, I'm going to tell you, there is no use in lifting weights that are lighter than your purse. My purse is at least 10 pounds, okay? So do not lift weights that are lighter than your purse for the long term. It's really not going to do you much good. You're not going to get the calorie burn out of it that you're hoping for. So anyway, that was my public service announcement. Today for me is leg day. And like I was saying in my last video, legs and back are some of the most intense workouts that you can do. They burn the most calories and they continue the caloric burn much longer for days afterwards even. So those are the ones you really, really want to focus on. You want to get a full body workout. You want to get all of the body, but those ones are really you're going to see the best results. And on top of that, good shaped legs. Oh, hey-o. Like when summer comes around and you want to wear shorts and, bathing suits and stuff like that, a good set of legs, that just feels good. That's just confidence bottled up in a pair of Daisy Dukes. I have never worn Daisy Dukes, just so we're clear. But anyway, so today I'm going to go do legs. I know there's going to be a lot of what he calls brutality sets, and what brutality sets are, I highly recommend them. They sound just as bad as the title suggests, but it's basically holding, so you would do your first rep of an exercise. So let's say you're doing like a leg extension. So you kick your legs up, and instead of just bringing them right down, you do 10 seconds, slowly bringing them down. And then you crank out 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's one set. So those ones, you can go with a lower weight. They are brutal. And somebody who has trained as much as I have, I was so freaking sore after the brutality sets, and they did them with every single workout plan. So I haven't looked closely at this, today's workout plan, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to last week's leg plan. And I was very sore. So anyway, I'm going to get into the gym. I will check back with you right after I get done, and I will probably be a sweaty, hot mess. So stick around. Well, as predicted, I am out of breath, and that was a sweaty workout. It felt really good though. I think I could have pushed myself a little harder on a couple of the lifts, but I'm still trying to get okay, so front squats, for example. I do not like front squats just because it's just a weird angle for me, and it tends to I don't always balance it properly. So I probably could have gone with a little bit heavier weight, but I want to get the form down first. So that was the only one that I probably could have pushed myself a little bit more on. But that's the thing I want to kind of emphasize as well, especially when you're first starting out. Make sure you get the form down first, and then start adding more and more weight to it. So it does you no good to put a ton of weight on something if your form is crap, because then you end up hurting yourself, and then you're back to square one where you can't work out and so on. But anyway, all said, I'm going to say, again, week 1, very successful, found out how to overcome some obstacles and how I'm going to have to overcome obstacles going forward, which is a good lesson for all of us. Like I said, we're going to all have things come up. There's kids stuff, work stuff, whatever there is. So we need to find alternative paths for how we're going to get through that. But 2, just having a good routine, something that is just for you, like that you don't have to do for anybody else but yourself. It's your quiet time, it's your therapy or whatever like that, is huge. And once I started looking at working out, this is a long time ago, but once I started looking at it as something that was me, that was a part of my identity and not like everybody else's, the identity I share with like the rest of the world, but something that was just for me, it made all the difference in the world. And so I highly recommend that. Maybe that's like, it doesn't have to be lifting weights. It could literally be like, hey, I love to jog, or I'm a mountain climber, or whatever it is, but something that keeps you active, but is also something that is yours and that is true and passionate for you. So anyway, I don't know how much more, there's not much more exciting stuff to tell you guys, but so I have basically 5 more workouts left in this week, and I'm going to have to get creative again as to how I do it, but I promise you this, I will do something. I will find a way. This program is a total of 4 weeks. This is week 2, like I said, so after this week, I will be halfway through it. So I already feel so much better. I should tell you guys, I'm down about 4 pounds. I'm not really worried that much about weight loss at this point. I mean, yes, of course, I'd like to shed a couple pounds and a little bit more, fat. But right now I'm really focused in on building muscle and building good muscle function so that my body takes care of itself. And so everything else will fall into line with that too. So I'm being very good with my eating patterns. Today I am doing good meal prep. I am going to make some chia seed pudding. I'm going to put that on the channel too. We got all that stuff from the Nut Stop. And I'm going to make chia seed pudding for the first time. So several different recipes to follow. Anyway, hope you're enjoying these vlogs. I know I'm enjoying making them, and also the accountability as well. So I will see you guys in our next video. Thanks. Bye.